Greetings, greetings! Welcome, welcome to Diary of a Warhammer Noob. Yes, I keep this going. Yes, I've played some more battles. It is awesome! Well, it's not, because I get absolutely wrecked. Look at this beauty! Oh yeah, it's real. I have an idea from a friend about doing something really special and really fun with this. So, it's gonna take a lot of editing, a lot of time, and a lot of recordings, but I hope that the result will be hilarious. So we're gonna check that out. Eventually. Well, whatever. So, I have a replay. High Elves, and against Grumpy Turtle. We're not gonna watch this, because it's an absolutely horrendous game. Long story short, I tried to make... where is it? No. I tried to make this work. I wanted to play with the Frostheart Phoenix. Turns out, not how you do it. This is not how you do it. It's a high elf army without archers. That pretty much sums it up. And the dark elf guy had dark riders with crossbows. I had absolutely no hope and prayer of catching them. Or doing anything to them, in any case. So yeah, I lost horribly. Was I outpicked? Yes. Did I play awful? Yes. The way I used my army in that game did not do me any favors at all. But we're gonna take this out. So I built this army. I heard organ guns are pretty good, so let's try a couple of them. And I wanted a front line of Longbeards because they're awesome. And I went up against the one, the only Finubar, the Phoenix King. Quite an appropriate name. And he had this. These bloody bastards. You know, next time I play against high elves and I have dwarves, I'm gonna bring as much artillery as I could possibly bring. It's annoying. Anyway, so this is how I deployed. It's a pretty cool deployment. He comes at me. I have artillery. Blah blah blah. However, he does not. He actually outranged me. He had the artillery advantage, for frack's sake. So he decided to open fire at me straight away with his bloody bolt throwers. So as soon as this happens, I'm like, I see his army, and I'm like, wow, really expensive infantry, rank 9 bolt throwers. God damn it. I need to do something about this. So I move my army forward in order for the organ guns to get into range of these bastards. He very wisely switches to single shot and target my organ guns. As soon as he stops peppering me with his rain, I am going to fight in the shade, and he moves his hidden silver helms across here. I never noticed these bastards. Oh, nice, a desert. Cool. So yeah, I open fire. I absolutely destroy this unit with my organ guns, you know, obviously. However, this organ gun unit has been completely wrecked. One of the guns is offline. I hold back, and then he starts moving his infantry forward. And I'm like, okay. As soon as he gets into range, I switch my fire to the Swordmasters of Hoeth with the organ guns. That is going to do humongous damage to them. That's exactly what they're meant for. Well, sort of, but look at this. Why are you guys shooting at the edge? He stops. He's like, wait, what am I doing here? And I think he pulls back at some point. Like, okay, I need to challenge him. So I move forward my army as fast as they can. Yeah, and this is where he falls back. Bolt throwers have absolutely did a number on this organ gun. Full credit to him. That is a very cool thing that he just did there. I keep firing on this thing. Look at these guys. These guys have taken like 5 volleys. And they are just wrecked. So I move forward so that my quarters are in range of his bolt throwers. And this is where he charges me. All things considered, I deal pretty well with his charge. I have no idea why he really wanted to shoot the Iron Drakes with his bolt throwers. It's not like they would have done anything. They're mostly anti-large. This is the correct target he needs to focus on. So he charges. So here's an interesting thing. I was hoping that when these guys were in range, these bastards would throw satchels, and they did. All over here. Not here, which is where I needed them to happen. Flock of Doom, it's fine. This is here it actually works, and then I frack up and I don't order my counter charge. I move in my guys, I open fire on these folks, and these guys get instantly smacked. Grombrindle is soloing a unit of White Lions of Trace with some help from the Iron Drakes. And this is where these guys spawn. I don't even see them. Like, I'm like, what is happening? So yeah. So these Swordmaster foes are broken, and these guys are free to rear charge the White Lions of Trace. I'm gonna win this flank. This flank's not looking so good though. The Longbeards are taking a pounding. The Miners have no hope in prayer against the White Lions, and he does have some Swordmasters in fear. These guys are doing nothing. I should have moved them up and rear charged them far sooner. I realized that way too late. And then I see these fuckers. I'm like, holy shit! He actually has cavalry. Wow. Okay. Other players that are not me would have counted up the funds of his armies and be like, this is something missing. Of course I'm not that skilled, but whatever. So, do I even get a shot with the Iron Drakes? Yeah, a single torpedo. Yeah, that's not much fun. So yeah, Grombrindle soloed these units, and then he went back and assaulted the rear of these guys. This guy's a monster. Like, seriously, he's dangerous. This flank is not going well. This is where I finally realized that I have an opportunity to rear charge these bloody bastards. So I move back and charge. It's about time. But then he rear charges with his cavalry. And he rear charges these boys. These Longbeards are starting to waver. These guys came back and I throw a satchel right in their faces, which is funny. This guy's not on a horse. I mean, why should you put him on horses? You can't do anything. So yeah, I open fire, but at this point this flank is so overwhelmed, and these guys have taken so much damage from these bastards that it's... Yeah, in Flock of Doom, we lost this, boys. We lost this. We lost this big time. But it was fun. It was frustrating more than it was fun. These bloody bolt throwers. The name of this replay is quite adequate, I feel. And that was it. What did I do wrong? Well, for starters, I didn't see these guys. When the engagements began, I should have been way quicker with my reactions and charged these bozos way faster. I think he picked a very smart army for this. Very smart army. So how would you go about defeating this, I think, with the benefit of hindsight? Well, actually, hang on. Where is it? There we go. Take out the organ guns. They're not necessary. Take out these guys. He had nothing large except the guys. Take out these folks. And now you have some cash to work with. Which means you can add... he had no archers, so a gyrocopter with a steam gun would be wonderful in taking out these guys, but he would target it. So just try and outrange it. This guy has... Where is it? Range 440, 440. So these things have the same amount of range, so you can just add the Goblobber and another Grudge Thrower. And instantly you have the artillery advantage because this is 440. Hang on. Pretty sure you outrange him. Yeah, you outrange him quite a bit. So instantly you have the artillery advantage, and then you have this amount of money to work with something else. So I don't know, I suppose you could add some Slayers, which is always a good idea against the High Elves because they might bring something big. Cavalry is their forte. So you know what? Screw that. Let's bring the Dragonback Slayers. And after that, you have nearly 1,000. Gyrocopters are a risky thing against High Elves because they will almost always have better archers than you, and they will shoot them. Thunderers will be a good call. Thunderers will be a really good call. And keep your guys spread out sufficiently. Let's reduce these guys. Scrunch up some more money. 535, which means we can afford to afford great weapons. They will always be nice. And there, this would have just... I think this would have been a much better idea to go up against that particular high elf variety. you pretty much ensure that he's not going to outrange you, because your dwarf artillery is better than high elf artillery. I mean, done. That's it. There's no other way around it. It's just that the particular artillery that I build was pretty short range when it counts. When you just, you know, compare it to the high elf one, which kinda sucked. And he had better infantry than me, so yeah. That was not gonna work too well for me, was it? Ah, that was not fun. I'm gonna be honest. It was a good fight, don't get me wrong. I mean, I did surprisingly well with the infantry engagement considering what he had, but yeah, I need to think about this quite a bit more. See ya!